Kento and Mally Marek were both members of the Jedi Order who married in secret during the Clone Wars, keeping this from the Jedi and Republic for some time until Mally became pregnant with their first child. The couple reluctantly left the Jedi Order, and Mally eventually gave birth to their child, a son who they named Galen. From early on, it was apparent that Galen, like his parents, was very strong in the Force and showed great potential. In Galen's early years, his family traveled from planet to planet for some time before finally settling on Kashyyyk. Unfortunately, it was also here that Mally would meet her end. She would be killed as she protected Wookiees from slavers and mercenaries, leaving her husband and child behind. These events now taking place after Order 66 and the rise of the Empire. Imperials found out about this encounter with a Jedi, and a group went to Kashyyyk to investigate themselves. A group which happened to be led by the new Sith Lord Darth Vader. Vader encountered Kento, who tried to protect his son, but he would also be killed when he attempted to stand up to Vader. Vader could sense a powerful being in the Force, and he discovered the young Galen, who was now without his parents. Vader was highly impressed by Galen's Force abilities and decided then and there to take the child along with him. Vader even killed the team of stormtroopers that accompanied him to Kashyyyk in order to keep Galen's existence secret. Vader had a plan to train the young boy in the ways of the Force, and when the time was right, with Galen as his apprentice, Vader would overthrow his own master, Darth Sidious. For years, Vader would train Galen, who was given the name Starkiller, in methods that could be torturous at times, teaching Starkiller to draw on his rage and hate for power. Galen was knowledgeable in all 7 forms of lightsaber combat and went through very challenging training sessions, not only against his master Vader, but against a droid who could replicate the fighting styles of opponents such as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul, Shaak Ti, and others. On some occasions, he would have to call upon the Force to overwhelm his opponents to gain the advantage, rather than relying solely on his saber skills. The fact that Vader himself could not only sense how powerful Galen was when he was only a child, but was also impressed by it, shows just how powerful the young man really was. The child of 2 Jedi Knights, with the right training and upbringing, Galen had the potential to become one of the greatest Force users of all time. His ability to use Force lightning rivaled that of even Darth Sidious. Galen Marek was first conceived as imagining what Luke Skywalker could have become had he joined and been raised by his father Vader to learn the ways of the Sith and the dark side of the Force. Luke being insanely powerful in the Force, especially when we're discussing the expanded universe and primarily Grandmaster Luke, it is a pretty terrifying thought to think about how he could have been nearly an unstoppable force of evil had he actually turned. When it came to Sidious, Galen couldn't help but respect him as a Sith Lord and the man who destroyed the Jedi Order, but he was still bent on continuing his training under Vader to one day overthrow the ultimate Sith Lord. The master and apprentice relationship between Vader and Galen was one of fear, as Starkiller was indeed afraid of and intimidated by Vader, who used cruel means to teach the young man. Though he considered this to be the natural way of teaching by the Sith and was extremely loyal to Vader as he continued to learn from him. This loyalty was put on display after Vader's first betrayal of Starkiller, when he was ordered by Sidious to kill his apprentice, which led Vader to plunge his saber through Galen's back. After being nursed back to health under Vader's demands, who did all of this to give the impression to his own master Sidious that he had indeed carried out his orders, Galen agreed to continue serving under Vader even after this display of treachery, although there was now understandably distrust forming in the mind of Starkiller of his master. During this time, Galen even considered taking revenge on Vader by using the rebellion to help himself overthrow him and take over the galaxy himself. For the moment, Galen decided against this. Things changed though after yet another betrayal by Vader, leaving Starkiller enraged. During a fight with Vader, Marek realized that he and Vader were much the same. Vader had been lied to and manipulated by Sidious since he was a child, much in the same way that Galen had been raised and taught by Vader. He even took pity on the Sith Lord and decided that if he were to kill him, it wouldn't be an act of revenge and anger, but that he would indeed be freeing Vader from Sidious's torment. After the numerous betrayals, Galen would ditch the name Starkiller and reclaim his family name, leaving Vader behind and even working with the rebels in an attempt to destroy the Sith and the Empire. In a final duel against his one-time master, Galen managed to injure Vader and impress Sidious, who attempted to goad Galen into finishing Vader off and taking his place at Sidious's side as a true Sith apprentice. Sidious even gave Galen a revelation. It was Sidious himself who ordered the death of Galen's father and his subsequent abduction from Kashyyyk, Vader acting as only a proxy with Sidious serving as Galen's true master. In the end, Galen would sacrifice himself for the Rebel Alliance during a duel with Vader and the Emperor. In Sidious's own words, he was meant to root out the rebels. His sacrifice will only inspire them. The rebels would even adopt Galen Marek's family crest as their insignia as they continued to fight with hope against the Empire. After Galen's death, Vader would use his body as a template for cloning, but as for the original Galen Marek, this was part of his story. From a child on Kashyyyk born to 2 Jedi Knights, to being Vader's apprentice and eventual rebel ally. Thank you all for watching, and may the Force be with you.